It's your boy Howie from Try Hip Hop Podcast. Yes, dropping another lost in thought. Some things happen. I'm pretty sure if you follow me on my personal Facebook, I shared 2 posts just recently. One of the posts was about an interview with a young gentleman named King Randall. I believe it's King Randall. I think or it might be Randall King. I think it's King Randall. But anyway, it's a young gentleman that's 21 years old. He's actually got a school in Georgia. He's opened up the school. We talked about him briefly a little bit on the podcast. I mean, he's been, just explosive. Him being 21, doing what he's doing is very, very commendable. We definitely need, people imitating him. If we gonna copycat anybody, then that guy. So I just wanted to share my thoughts real quick. I don't want to hold you too long. So I looked at the Roland. He was actually asked to go on the Roland Martin show, the Roland Martin Unfiltered. I've watched a couple of shows from Roland from time to time. I remember him when he was back on CNN. And it's really kind of funny that now, since he's got his own show, which he did cover some good pieces, but I definitely, when he did we were talking about the Brian Allen thing, which I know we all kind of know how that turned out. But the gentleman that he had on there, talking about the low cast stuff, as far as how access cable has been, not access cable, excuse me, like the local channels have been really detrimental to, they've been degraded because of the whole analog to digital thing. That's neither here nor there, but that was a good piece. I'm not going to sit here and say that, all his shows are bogus or anything like that. Nah, he does have some good stuff. He does have some good material from time to time. When it comes to political stances, though, dude, definitely a Democrat serial. If I'm saying that correctly. So anyway, going back to the interview that he did with King Randall, Mr. Randall, approached his show, and he just pretty much attacked him because he didn't want to talk about voting, and pretty much, the gentleman claimed, he called himself a black conservative, but he wasn't saying that he was a black Republican. He said, no, I'm just, I have certain values. I believe in working hard and, doing something for self. And that's commendable. We should all aspire to do that, right? We can't just depend on, quote unquote, the white man or the government to hand stuff out. And don't get me wrong, I get to what Roland was trying to say. I get that we have government, there are certain roles that government does play. I get that. I understand that. I'm not saying that, and I think, Randall, Mr. Randall, understood that. I don't think he was saying that, screw government completely. No, that's not what he was saying. He was just saying that, instead of getting, I'm trying to put on some lotion so my hands don't look like Ashy Larry over here. Apologize about that. But instead of just, depending on the government to dig you out, or depending on anybody to dig you out, per se, he was just saying that, hey, we got the means. You know, we got the, and when I mean means, I'm not necessarily talking about money. I'm talking about having the willpower, having the people in place, learning how to, you know, do certain things. I mean, that's one thing that is missing, you know, trade schools. That's what they used to do. You know, it was, and, you know, trades aren't really emphasized much. Everybody's all about this four-year degree, you know, and getting a massive dev and work a job, for somebody. And I'm not knocking that neither. I mean, I'm going to school right now, you know, pray for me, but I'm going to school. But anyway, going back to what I'm saying, I didn't mean to get off track, but anyway, they had the means, they had the people that he's gotten together with this school. He's training them how to do things. All the things, and I learned this from, I just recently finished watching the Boyce Watkins interview with him, with Mr. Randall, Dr. Boyce Watkins, excuse me. So I watched that interview, and, you know, the man has got on YouTube to learn how to be able to do things effectively, efficiently, excuse me, and was able to, you know, put together a small army of black kids to be able to duplicate and do the same thing. That's commendable. That's commendable. But instead of, you know, even if you had a slight odd or disagreed with him, Roland, even when you had a small disagreement with him, how come you couldn't say, just like everybody else is saying, how come you couldn't say good job? Hey, we appreciate you, you know, saving our kids. Where is that? Where is that? Because, I mean, basically, that's what you need to do. That's what you need to say. And again, you know, I understand, you know, you're trying to cape for the Democrat Party, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, and honestly, that shit's just played out. Let's just be real. This shit's played out. I mean, shoot, I don't even know. I better not say nothing, because if you mention the name wrong, you know, you get flagged and shit. So I'm not even going to say that. But, yeah, you keep following up them goddamn steps. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, you know who that was for. But anyway, that's neither here or there. I'm sorry. But anyway, and I try to keep that respectful. I do apologize. I sometimes I wild out. But, yeah, I mean, just say, hey, man, I appreciate what you're doing. Why are you being slick like that? Like, this is the epitome of, you know, a black man attacking another black man. This is basically like that Mandingo cage fighting. You know what I'm saying? But on like a verbal level. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like the, you know, like in Django, or, you know, they fought and then, like, you know, hey, you know, you got to finish the job. Nah, it wasn't like that. But it's like, dude, like, come on. And the fact, I'm with Dr. Boyce Watkins on that. The fact that this man, Roland, is 50. And he's attacking a young kid. Now, don't get me wrong. Even in hip hop, I can understand some of the old heads getting upset with the young heads, like, oh, nah, y'all ain't doing it this. I really can understand that to a degree. I can understand that, because there are things, and, you know, that they had codes and stuff they look, but the young folks, they ain't really trying to hear that. They trying to find their own way. I can respect that. And I could kind of, like I said, I can understand both sides, because, you know, I'm kind of sort of in the middle. So I can understand that, and I appreciate both sides, because, you know, sometimes it takes a new face to do certain things. It takes a new face to get things in a certain way, in a certain light. It also takes the wisdom of old people to, you know, to guide the young. And you know, it'd be one thing different if, you know, Roland would have had something to like, hey, have you ever considered this? Have you ever thought about this? And, I think we should be able to, excuse me, let me grab a little water. I think we'll be able to do this. Or if we focus on, this is why this is important, and this is why I'm going for that, which I give him that. I think he did kind of explain that thing, but the fact that he attacked the young man, for saying, hey, look, voting's not my, that's not my MO. That's not my spot. I'm focusing on these kids. I appreciate everybody, that's doing that and taking their time out for that. I understand, some of the things that you bring up are problems, but that's not my lane. And one thing I had to give to, and I'm talking about Mr. Randall saying this. One thing I could say about him, I had to give him, respect to. He gave a really great analogy of like, hey, look, there's different members of the body. There's different members of the body, like the hands. The hands can't do what the legs do. The arm can't do what the head does. And I'm just breaking it down. He didn't break it down like that. But I respect that analogy because it's like, look, we can all work together, but some of us are better and more specialized in other stuff. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. So, and I want to give kudos to him at the end of the interview. We've all talked about, Dr. Umar Johnson about like, it took him forever to do the school and shitting on him and stuff like that. And, one thing I could say, Mr. Randall, he didn't come in and attack him. He said, no, and he said, actually, matter of fact, he was actually one of my supporters, and, and he said, good job. But, we got two different ideologies. He's trying to go about it a certain way. I went about it this way. And for him to be 21 talking like that is really, really commendable. I'm telling you, man, this dude's gonna do some stuff, man. We as black people, anybody really, but we as black people especially got to get behind this, man. It's just, man, like, it's good to see, like, a young man like this trying to do the right thing, doing the right thing. So, yeah, I just wanted to get that out there. I know I kind of went on and rambled a bit. Shout out to Curtis. He did a good, lyrical breakdown with my man Doe out there in Kentucky. Kentucky stand up. So I just want to leave it at that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We will be going on tomorrow around 4:30-ish. But we're going to get better. We're going to get better. So let me scratch that, because I usually get there about 4. So we take a little bit to set up. So about 5. So we'll be there 5, maybe a little earlier. But yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. I appreciate you watching, and you guys have a good one. This is Howie from Try Hip Hop Podcast, dropping another Lost in Thought. Peace.